Why aren't they doing this every single game? They have championship DNA.
Can y'all feel that? Can you feel what's about to happen on this field, man? Can you feel what we about to get in?
They finally did it. Okay, they finally did it. This is what I've been waiting for. I've been waiting for the Philadelphia Eagles to dominate a team from the first quarter to the fourth quarter, right? With this schedule and with the type of teams that we're playing, we have to dominate teams. These games that we're playing for the foreseeable future, the rest of these games should be like this. I understand there's adversity and things like that, but I've been waiting to see them demolish a team, and they did it with Pittsburgh, and that's exactly how you're supposed to beat a team that you're better than. Okay? That's what great teams do. Great teams, really, really good teams, they beat the teams that they're supposed to beat, and they beat them down bad from the beginning to the end, and they let them know, hey, we're better than you. You have no chance. They did that with Pittsburgh, right? It seems as though they've opened up the playbook more, meaning they're letting Jalen Hurts take more shots down the field. It's like they're starting to trust him more. Bro, let's dive into some of these stats. Jalen Hurts 67.9 completion percentage, almost 68%. 285 passing yards and 4 touchdowns. Passer rating of 150. I'm gonna say that again. Almost 68 completion percentage, 285 yards and 4 touchdowns. Miles Sanders, 9 attempts, 78 yards, averaging 8.7 yards a pop. A.J. Brown, 6 receptions, 156 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Why haven't they been doing this? Bro, this dude is a monster. You can force feed A.J. Brown the ball. You can do this probably every game. Why aren't they doing this every single game? Jalen Hurts, he throws that deep ball down the sideline, the fade route, he throws it. That's his best throw, right? By far, that's his best throw. But with A.J. Brown, bro, I'm doing this every game, bro. Every game. I'm doing it every game. He literally can have this type of game every game. That's every game he can perform like this. Or a high level to some degree. He's been having an outstanding year, so I can't really, you don't want to put a lot of wear and tear on your players, and you want to spread the ball around and you utilize your everybody. So I get it, but I'm just saying, bro, this can happen every game. Okay? Dallas Goedert, 6 receptions, 64 yards, solid game. Zach Pascal, I've been waiting to see Zach Pascal flash. He had 2 receptions for 57 yards. They have like design plays for Zach, and I see it like at least once every game or every other game, right? Yeah. Let's talk about the defense, right? I want to get right into the defense. Oh, I must say, Chauncey Gardner-Johnson is probably the best player on the team. I don't care what nobody say. Okay, I'm a little biased because he's my favorite player, but also Chauncey Gardner-Johnson is the best player on our defense. I would say it's not even close, but he's the best player on the defense. Okay? James Bradbury is, oh my God. He's having an outstanding year. He's not going to be here next year. He's going to get paid somewhere. But Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, just unbelievable. Unbelievable. Without him, our defense it's just not the same. He had a sack and an interception. He had an interception, 2 interceptions against Dallas. He had an interception before that. He has 4 interceptions, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, so I'm really high on Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. Hargrave had 2 sacks, forced a turnover. Like that's what you want to see on a championship caliber team. You want to see multiple players stepping up. On defense, it was Hargrave. He came out of nowhere. He had 2 sacks, forced a turnover. Okay, this is the kind of they have the Philadelphia Eagles are showing me they have championship DNA, right? And that was my whole thing. Okay, you can be you can't control who's on your schedule. You can't control that. But what you can control is how you go about your business when you're playing these teams. They have championship DNA, right? And that was one of the key components of that is the turnover differential. They don't turn the ball over, right? And they force teams to turn the ball over. That's the biggest cue. That is probably the biggest cue. You look at the turnovers. That's how you tell if a team is good or not. That's probably the biggest component of winning ball games. Because you're giving yourself more opportunities to score with the ball, and you're taking opportunities away from the opposing team. And time of possession is huge in the playoffs because you're controlling the ball, you're controlling the game, right? They've been great with time of possession, and they've been, bro, the turnover differential, the turnovers, that is probably the biggest sign, right, of a championship caliber. That's the biggest indicator to me that this team is championship caliber. All right. So today we had 2, and I'm just waiting. I'm waiting for the turnover because I know they're gonna happen, right? But let's look at the standouts. Let's start with sacks. Javon Hargrave, 2 sacks, a forced turnover, forced fumble. Hassan Reddick with a sack. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a sack. Milton Williams with a sack, and another guy, right? He stepped up. This is another guy who stepped up. He had a sack and tip pass. Okay. So these are important indicators. Let's talk about Robert Quinn. He had a lot of pressures. He had a couple pressures, about 3 or 4 pressures I seen. Right. So when you start seeing, just all right, to sum it all up as far as the defense side of the ball, the defense is dominant. This is the best defense by far in the NFL. Okay, they held Pittsburgh to 13. Now I'll give it to you. The Pittsburgh suck, right? But it's how you utilize. It's how you utilize your players to perform, and they perform well against a bad team. Some teams lay an egg. They didn't. You have to win these games, and they're winning them. They dominated Pittsburgh. That's a great sign, right? Now, the Jaguars was close. The Cardinals was close. Detroit was close. Bro, we if you're gonna be a championship caliber team, we have to we have to demolish these teams, man. All right, to show we're head and shoulders above them, and we have to come out and prove that. Right now, if we're struggling against bad teams and barely winning against bad teams, how does that make us look? So this is just what I was waiting on, man. This is what I was waiting on. Yeah. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, bro. He's the key to our defense. He's not the key, but bro, he's just always, he's that special player. He's that piece on the defense to where you can move him around. He plays safety, so you can move him around. He can play corner, safety. He think he could play linebacker. He probably could, but he's that piece that you can move around and really like create problems. You know, he's in that Ed Reed, Troy Polamalu, Brian Dawkins. He's in that mode, you know, not as far as like the hard hitting and stuff like that. No, I mean just as far as the how versatile he is, bro. I'm really big on Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. Yeah, Jalen Hurts. I mean, I'm not really impressed because I already knew this is what he was capable of. That was, you know, I already knew this was like gonna, you know, transpire. So I'm not really too big on Jalen Hurts, bro. I'm gonna be honest. I'm really not too big on Jalen Hurts. I'm gonna keep it a buck, okay? But he's really impressive, you know. So great win. They're finally showing the championship DNA. And hey, let's keep it rolling. We're undefeated. Let's stay that way.